Pets are fun to have, but you know they're a lot of care too. Somebody has to feed them, give them water, see that they get exercise, and every so often somebody has to clean up after them, and that's what I'm doing right now. The gerbil's cage is smelly. Oh, the shavings are wet, and the floor is dirty. It really is time to get rid of this stuff and to give the gerbils a nice, clean place to live. This stuff that we think of as dirty, this waste, it really came from what the gerbils ate. But you knew that already, didn't you? All animals must eat, and so all animals have to make waste. Big animals like elephants, middle-sized animals like dogs and goats, little animals like the gerbils and earthworms. Oh yes, and even the kind of animals that you can see only with a microscope. Let's pretend we're looking through a microscope right now. See those brownish shapes that look something like commas floating around? These are tiny one-celled animals called stentors. Tiny as it is, the stentor must do the same things you do in order to stay alive. It eats and it makes waste. Here's the rounded end of a stentor. Now watch that circle-shaped part in the middle. It sort of swirls and bubbles and goes blip. When it does that, it's getting rid of waste. Whoops. There it goes. What it's getting rid of is mostly water, but there's also some solid waste in it too that came from what the stentor ate. Now, what about you? A many-celled animal. What do you do? Well, you certainly don't wrap yourself around your food to digest it, and you don't just bubble and blip out the part you can't use. What do you do? Here's Danny eating an ice cream cone. Boy, oh boy, is that a whopper. But lick, lap, bite, and swallow, that ice cream, cone and all, will soon disappear inside Danny. Then what? What happens to any food that anybody eats? Let's take a look at our model and see if you remember how your food is digested. Let's find out how much you know. Well, first of all, the food you eat goes in here, where it's wet by all the juices in your mouth and chomped by your teeth and swallowed. Then it goes down the food tube and into your stomach, where it's mixed with some more juices. And it's mushed and squashed and squeezed along into this long coiled up organ called, do you remember? Your intestine. And there it's mixed with some more digestive juices until it's so soupy and liquid that it simply goes out of the walls of your intestine and into your blood. Then what? Well, your blood carries it to all parts of your body, to your million, billion, trillion cells. And your cells need the food and water and oxygen that your blood brings to them to help them grow and simply to stay alive. Well, that's quite a story, the story of how your food is digested. And good for you, you remembered it. Now, here's a question. Think, don't let me catch you. Nod your head yes or no if you think that all the food you eat can be digested. Ah, you're thinking, no, it can't. Some parts of the meat and fruits and vegetables you eat are too stringy and tough to be digested. Your cells can't use it, your body can't use it. All it is waste. So your body takes this stuff that it can't digest and it stores it here in the large intestine or bowel. And then, after a while, it moves all this stuff out as solid waste. Your body gets rid of solid waste every day or two. What would happen if you didn't get rid of the solid waste? Well, the waste would build up. Pretty soon there wouldn't be room for any more, and you would be quite uncomfortable. So far, all we've talked about is what happens to the solid waste, the food that can't be digested. What about the digested food? the food that's carried by your blood to all parts of your body, to your cells. What do your cells do with it? Well, each cell in your body is something like a little factory. It uses the oxygen to burn the food, to give it energy to do its work. And when your cells do this, they make waste, which must be gotten rid of. This waste is carried away from all the cells by your blood. One kind of waste, called carbon dioxide, is carried by your blood to your lungs, where you breathe it out and exchange it for fresh oxygen. Do this. Breathe in. Fresh oxygen goes in. Now, breathe out. Carbon dioxide goes out. Raise your hand if you've ever heard of carbon dioxide before. Oh, some of you have. Fine, hands down. Well, every time you breathe in oxygen and you breathe out this waste called carbon dioxide. While oxygen is going into your body, the used air, and you know the name of it now, carbon dioxide, is going out. You have to keep getting rid of the carbon dioxide waste over and over, day and night. Why is this important? Well, do you remember the candle that I covered with a jar? What happened when all the oxygen was used up and all that was left was carbon dioxide? Yes, it went out. It didn't burn anymore. Your cells will die too if you don't get enough fresh oxygen in and get rid of the carbon dioxide waste. Your factories would close down. Now, what about the rest of the waste your cells make? What's left? Liquid waste. Cleaning liquid waste out of your blood is so important that your body has a whole set of organs just to take care of liquid waste. Two of these are your kidneys and your bladder. Where are your kidneys? Oh, can we find them on the model? Let's see. Yes, here they are. Here's one, and here's the other. They're a little bit hard to see, but they're shaped like large beans. I wonder, let's see if you can locate the kidneys on your own body. Do this. Sit forward in your seat and put your hands here on your waist with your thumbs pointing forward like this. And your fingers just slightly above your belt line. Now the tips of your fingers are over your kidneys. No, you can't feel them, I know, but they're there, right beside the backbone, one on each side. Okay, sit down and let's see if we can find out a little bit more about what your kidneys look like and the kind of work they do. Here's the model of one kidney. It's larger than yours, but it will help you understand the work your kidneys do. And what do your kidneys do? They clean your blood. How do they do this? Well, first of all, your blood gathers up all the waste material from the cells and it sends it to your kidneys. Blood-carrying waste goes into the kidney here through this blood vessel. The kidney takes out the waste and some of the water in your blood and then sends the cleaned blood back out, back to your heart through this blood vessel here. And this is where the liquid waste called urine drains off. Your body sending your blood to your kidneys is something like you sending your dirty clothes to the cleaners. Only your kidney cleaners are never closed. They are open day and night, taking in dirty blood, cleaning it, and sending it out again, over and over. Imagine that you were sitting right now in a bathtub filled with water up to your belly button, or maybe even higher, up to here. That's a lot of liquid, isn't it? Well, that's about how much liquid your body sends to your kidney cleaners every day. Those little kidneys really have to work, don't they? Now, we still haven't answered the question, how do your kidneys do their work? Well, inside each kidney are 1,000,000 little tiny strainers or filters, more than you could ever count. These tiny strainers filter out the waste from your blood. Let's see if we can get a better idea of how a filter works. Here I have some dirty water and a piece of filter paper. The filter paper is just full of lots of little holes. No, you can't see them, they're too small. I'm going to fold the filter paper and fit it into the funnel like that. Now, I'm going to pour the dirty water through the filter, and you watch down here. Ready? There. See what's happening? Watch some more. What is happening? Right you are. The water is coming through clean again. The filter paper removes the waste from the dirty water, just like your kidney filters remove the waste and a little water from your blood. Well, that's all fine. But where does it go after it leaves the kidneys? What happens to this liquid waste? Here, I'll show you. The filters inside these, the bean-shaped kidneys, take in blood through here and here and clean it, taking out the waste and some of the water, and then they send the clean blood out here and here. Well, what's left over, the liquid waste called urine, goes down these two long tubes to your bladder. This is your bladder. It's like a stretchy rubber bag that stores urine. About how much urine does the bladder hold usually? Oh, about a cupful. The urine goes into the bladder slowly, just a little bit at a time. And when the bladder is full, you go to the bathroom and get rid of it. And when you gotta go, you gotta go. So there you have it. The blood goes in and out of your kidneys, and the liquid waste goes down. And what do you suppose would happen if you didn't get rid of this liquid waste? Well, the waste would clog up your blood so that your cells wouldn't get as much food and oxygen as they needed. Your cells would die, and you would be very sick. So you see, your kidneys are very important organs. You couldn't stay alive without them. Your body has got to get rid of waste, and now you know how it gets rid of 3 kinds: undigested food, carbon dioxide, and urine. And you also know a little bit more about yourself and about how your wonderful body works to keep you healthy and growing and alive. It's fun to learn about yourself. Don't you think so? Good. See you next time.
All About You is a project of the Agency for Instructional Television.